Hi, my name is Christian Arrington, and today I'm going to be talking about an experiment that me and my team did to see if employees are motivated by only money, or if money is the main motivator. So, a common myth you might have heard is that if you pay employees more or give them bonuses, they're incentivized to do better work and have better performance. So, our myth that we have studied is, are employees primarily motivated by money? Well, leaders believe that this is true because pay and bonuses are easy to measure. When they're going over performance scales at the end of the year, they can just quickly equivalent it to how much money people are earning and what kind of bonuses those people hit. And higher rewards usually are linked to higher performance. So it kind of shows that this myth is true. Why does it matter at Fluffernode? Well, they want to increase their sales performance. So they are trying to figure out, is the best way to do it by giving employees bonuses. And they want to understand what motivates their employees so they can allocate their resources effectively. Well, our experiment, we took two groups. We took a control group and we took a bonus group. And the bonus group will get $500 if they hit 100% of their target sales. They'll get $1,000 if they hit 110% of their target sales, and $1,500 if they hit 120% of their target sales. And the control group will just get their salary. They don't get any bonuses. If they hit their 100%, 10%, anything, they're just getting paid for their sales. This is an 8-week experiment, and our key metric is revenue per rep. What we expected? Well, we expected that a large increase in revenue for the bonus group. So if they were making their bonuses, that their revenue was going to shoot up and their performance was going to shoot up. We also expected a greater improvement in employees than in the control group, and we expected employees to become more motivated to reach their goals. Why this seemed reasonable is because financial rewards are usually a common incentive. There's a ton of workplaces that you see that if you reach this certain amount of money, or you reach this certain amount of sales, or this whatever your performance is, that if you do good, you get a bonus. Sales jobs they do especially do that, is where if you have a good performance, you get a better pay. Our overview. So something interesting is it's not all what we expected. So if you look right here, the revenue per rep for the experiment group went from 70.5 to 73.3. That's only a 2.8% increase. Whereas the control group also increased. They went from a 69.2 to 69.5. So they also increased. Why this is surprising is it is not a very big increase. So some of our key observations is that the bonus group did outperform the control group by getting incentives. It did go up, it did raise performance, but it really only improved in such a small increment. Like 2.8% is not a whole lot. And the control group also did improve without the incentives. The results suggest that there are plenty of factors beyond money that affect their performance. Some of the employee reactions we had were pretty interesting. The bonuses increased motivation, but some of the concerns is that it also increased extra pressure. So some of the employees thought, oh, if I hit this goal, I'll get more money. So they were more motivated to do better work. But some thought, if I don't hit these, I need to hit these to make a certain amount of money. And so it stressed them out so much that they weren't even actually able to get their original work done. So it actually worsened performance. They also said some of the positive comments is that weekly updates about how everything is going, how they were doing, also helped them maintain focus and stay motivated to reach their goal of getting those incentives. Another concern is that employees were afraid of the potential impact that it had on their teamwork. They thought maybe some people would get greedy and try and just do the best for themselves instead of like the whole company or the whole team so they could get more money, and they thought the teamwork would also affect the performance of the entire company. So our OB analyst number 1 was motivation. Employees are motivated by rewards. Although it was a small increase, employees did increase their performance when they were incentivized by bonuses. This also shows that financial incentives do influence behavior. Some of the tensions we got is the weak effect suggests that the money wasn't enough, that there is some other factor that plays a part in motivating employees to do better work. Our OB analysis number 2 was attitudes and job satisfaction. Employee attitudes also influence behavior. Some employees felt energized by the incentives, and some felt super pressured and very stressed. This caused different attitudes and also caused different results in our experiment. There were some of them shot up in performance, and some of them actually had worse performance, but then when there was no incentives at all. And this was because of the attitudes. It wasn't necessarily the money, but the attitude towards the money. Our OB analysis number 3 was communication. One of the course concepts we cover is clear communication improves performance. So what we decided as a group is that the weekly progress updates kept the goals visible. It kept them attainable and actually motivated employees more than just the money. More employees, like I stated earlier, that more employees felt more focused, more ready to go when they were receiving these weekly updates to get their incentives. So a key question me and my team have was the improvement caused by just the money, the communication, or was it caused by both? Well, our verdict was that it's partial. The revenue increase suggests that it does improve more in the experiment group, which shows that money does have an influence on whether or not employees are incentivized to have better performance. However, the effect was super small, which suggests to us that motivation appears more complex than simply just increasing pay, and that other factors have a very heavy influence on performance as well. So, some of our insights and some of our leadership takeaways was that leadership may be overlooking at Fluffer Node, maybe overlooking the role of communication, employee attitudes, and goal visibility. If you are focused only on the fact that increasing bonuses will increase revenue, you are going to have a lower margin than if you focused on some of these other things like communication, increasing their employee attitude, their work life, how to get them excited for their incentives so that they're not stressed about it. So, like I said, the bonus program only worked partially because employees also received regular feedback. So, who's to say that if they didn't receive that regular feedback, that the incentives would do anything at all? So our leadership takeaway from this is that motivation is multidimensional. Leaders should view compensation as a factor in performance rather than just the sole driver of it. And our AI usage was, we used AI to create the prompt and transition stuff from like PDFs to JPEGs to upload information and upload our screenshots. But other than that, we didn't really use AI to do this experiment. And on the next slides, I'll go through them a little bit slower without really explaining them, but it's just pictures of our experiment. This right here just shows our control group and our bonus group, if you can see the changes right there. Some of our interpretations and what would we change in this group. And then this shows that what was our verdict of our myth. Our instructions for our different experiment. Some of our results again that I talked about. Yeah. So that's it. That's the end of our presentation. Thank you so much for watching and being here with us. I hope you have a good day.